Hello everyone, welcome back to H2kInfosys. Today we're going to learn about strings and its manipulation techniques. So what are strings? We have already learned that string is a data type. That means here we can write a character or any word and save it in a variable. This much we have learned before this. Now how we can write a long sentences in a one variable, how we can modify, how we can access, these all things with the different functions, we'll see it in the today's session. Let's begin with that. So as I said, a string is a sequence of characters used for storing the text. Okay. Here we can use either a single quotes or a double quotes. And suppose if we want to write a sentence for 1 or 2 lines, then we will use a triple quotes. That is a quotes, we have to write it 3 times at the beginning and 3 times at the end. It can be either a single quote or either a double quotes, like how it is shown here. This is a single quote where we have written only one single quotes, that also accepts, and double quote is also fine. Triple quotes is required whenever we writing a multi-line string. Here we are showing with the 2 lines. It can be a paragraph also, like 3 to 4 lines or 5 to 6 lines. Whenever we are writing such, we always have to use 3 quotes, either a single or either a double. And then we have a 2 special things where we are using the plus symbol and the asterisk symbol. We usually called it as a multiplication in the operators we have learnt. When we use that plus symbol in the strings, it concatenates the 2 words. Like for example, here I have hello, then I have written plus, and then there is a space. Space also considered as one character, and then I am adding that space with the another word there. So when I print this, I get the word as hello there. Okay, and whereas I have this asterisk equal to asterisk, that is multiplying 10 times. So I get that equal symbols 10 times. It multiplies by 10 times. It need not to be equal, it can be any symbol. Let's try this in the Colab. Yes, so here you can see we have a hello world. So here we have the single quoted, double quoted and the triple quoted. Okay, and then as already I have shown, we are also using the concatenation and multiply. How it works, let's see. Yeah, so here is the result. Even if you write single, you get the result. Double also works, like we have already seen this when we were learning about the strings. Okay, now here if I write multi-line, I am just printing the first one. If you want to see the result of multi-line, how does it work? You can see the result. So this prints this entire thing, whatever you have written. Okay, and here I have a concatenation. You are getting the result as hello there. Suppose if I remove this, you get it together. So space is one character, so you have to mention that. Yes, so it can even be done with the single quotes. Both are same. I'm repeating this, and here we are multiplying this. So the equal to, you are getting it 10 times. Instead of equal, if you want hash, so hash will multiply 10 times. If you want it 20, you get that 20 times. Okay, so whenever you want some bifurcation in between the paragraphs lines, you can make use of this thing. Okay, yes, so let's learn some functions in the strings. So we have a special inbuilt functions, we usually call this as a methods also, that is upper function, lower function. What does this upper function does is it converts all characters to uppercase, whereas lower, it will convert it to lowercase. If you want to check something, is it upper, is it lower, or is it decimal, here some two functions are being shown. What does it mean is decimal function. So you are checking the string whatever stored in a variable, is it a decimal? So if it is a decimal, it gives the answer as true. If it is not, it will return the answer as false. What does it mean is alpha. Is alpha means, is it alphabetics? Means it has all the characters. If yes, then it returns the result as true, or else it returns the result as false. Like this way we have is alphanumeric, is upper, is lower. Apart from this, you can even try those things. And then we have one more special function called as strip function. What does this strip function do is, whenever we have a sentence and then if we have a white space, that is a blank space at the beginning and at the last, that will be removed if we use the strip function. And what is the use of replace function is, suppose if you want to replace any word from the string, you can write that old word here and the new word which you want to replace, it will be replaced. Let's see all these functionalities in the Colab. So here is the string, we have a space here just to show that strip function, how does it work. And then what I am doing here is print my string upper. So all this will be converted to the capital letters. Similarly, you can try with the lower. I am showing it for upper, you can try for the lower also. And then a decimal number is being stored here, and then I am checking, is it a decimal? You can even check, is it alpha, like that way. And then this is the my string, this variable. I am using strip. What does the strip function does? It removes the blank spaces and give the result. Now here what I have replaced? I have replaced Python by world. This is Python. So replace. What I am replacing? I am replacing Python by a new word called as world. Okay, let's see the result. So first thing, hello Python, capital letters, which we had done it. You can try it with the lower. Let's try here only. So everything will convert to lower letters. And then it is decimal. So true. And then what we are doing? We are removing the blank spaces. Here you can see there is a white space, but that space is removed when I use the strip function. Okay, and then Python is replaced by world. You can try with different words from the existing and then try how does this replace function will work. Okay. Now, if you want to access any single word, if you want to check whether that word is existing in the or in the variable and all, we have a different functions for that. We have a find function which will help you whether that word is there in the variable or no. And if you want to check whether it is starting with this letter, I mean this word starts with or ends with. So these all are the inbuilt functions we have. You can make use of this in any sentences, like 2-3 line sentences. If you want to just cross verify whether that particular name is there in the list, whether it is started with that name, whether it has ended with that name, in those cases these all functions will be specially used. Here I have just taken one line and then just showing you all how does it work. But in real life, whenever we have a huge list and you want to cross verify some name or some order or some element is there in that list or no, whether it is starting with the alphabetical order A or no, or whether it is ending with the Z or no, like that way. Okay, so here one more thing is string indexing. What does it mean is every letter whatever we have in this sentence has a indexing. It has some position, what we can say. So it starts from 0. The T letter has a position 0 and H has the position 1. E has the position 2. Similarly, space also consider the position. So right now it is in place of 3 and Q comes in the position 4. And then this is a positive indexing. We also have the negative indexing. That negative indexing starts from -1. So -1 in the position, -1 position letter is X, -2 O, -3 is F, -4 if I write, it is a blank space. And if you want to get somewhere in between letters, you can make use like this 4:, 4:9. So from 4 Q to till 9. What does this 10:, is starting from the position 10, whatever letters we have, those all will be printed. If you don't write the number at the beginning, so it consider all the letter from the beginning. Let's see this thing in the collab. Yes, so we have 4. 4 means what is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So Q will be printed. Here F will be printed. So Q, F is there. And then we have 4 to 9. So this is printed here. Suppose if I write -4 and this is a blank space, you can check that -4. So you can see this is a blank space. And here 10 onwards, that is, it is brown. If I write 0 to 10, that means I'm not writing anything. If I don't write anything, it consider by default 0. And if I write 10 here, so it starts from 0. Let's take a new so that there will be no confusion here. Print if I tell 1 to so 1 means here, 0 is a T, so 1 means here. These all letters printed here. Okay, if I don't mention, so it starts from 0. If I don't mention anything, it takes everything, it prints everything. Okay, so what exactly you want? Now here I am checking finding fox. So it is in the 60. Here the position it will show you the starting position. Okay, if you want to know whether it is showing correct or no, here we can write 16. You can see F. Okay, so it just says the starting location. Got it? And then you are checking it is starting with the, so it is true. So you can write any other sentence and then check the indexing properties, slicing and searching. These all things you can explore it. And we have one more interesting thing here. We have this \n. This \n will redirect the sentence to the new line, and \t will give a space. Suppose you don't want to write additional space, then you can make use of a \t that will create a space. And then here double backslash. What is the use of this double backslash is whenever you want to write any path, like we have already seen, so like the path will be in this way and you want to get the result like this way, usually the answer will not be printed automatically. If you want those backslashes to be printed, one additional backslash you have to write. Or else one option is you can make use of this R. This R is called as raw string. If you just write R and then write the path, it will print. Or else you have to make use of double backslashes. Let's see this thing in the Colab. So here we have, let's explore each string here. So multi-line message, here we have \n. Okay, so line 1 and line 2 will be printed in the next line and line 3 will be printed in the another line. Okay, let me run this. You can see this result. Okay, now here even though you have written the double slashes, backslashes, you are getting the result as single only. So usually if you want to get the result like this, for example, let me take this in the new cell, and then if I just write one backslash and then print this, it throws the error. Okay, so here it will not accept that. So because of that you have to write 2 backslashes. Then it prints the result. So whenever you want to specify any location and all, that time you have to make use of this 2. Or else we have one more option. You don't want to write like this, then you can write as it is and use the raw string, that is R. Just write R at the beginning. It also works. So either of the two options can be used. Okay, and then we had one more thing, one more interesting thing. Or else I'll take the previous message. So if I print I get this. Okay, now if I tell this is, okay, here I get the result. This is, suppose if I write single quote here, it will not work because here it is complete and this one it is not considering. If I write double quote, it accepts it. It considers this also a string and gives the answer. But if I am writing single, then there is a confusion. So that time, how you, if you want to make include of those codes, then what is the option is, you can again make use of a backslash. For example, here you can just write this is included. So if you want to make use of any single quotes or double quotes, sometimes we may even require double quotes, and in that case double quotes I am writing, again there will be a clash. So if you want to make use of such symbols, then always make use of this backslash and then write the symbols it accepts. Okay. Yes, so please make a try of all these things, and then you can try this project where you create an email or ask a user to enter an email ID, then check its validation. How you can check? You can make use of find function just to check whether @ symbol is present or no, because @ is mandatory. Okay, and also you can check, you can make use of lower function, and then you can make use of a strip function, is there any space, and then wherever like accidental white spaces might be there in between the mail ID, so that should not be there. Even you can cross check and build your own email validation function. Okay, email validation strings. Okay, that's it for the today's session. Thank you for patience hearing.